Hey dude. Hello boys, girls, gays, and squirrels. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you books. Recently I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is apparently the hub of like all the Goodwills in the country. Best selection of books I've ever seen at a Goodwill, period. I ended up buying a lot of books at this Oklahoma Goodwill because I have no self-control when it comes to books. I'm gonna show you guys all the books that I got at this Goodwill. I'm gonna talk about some of the prices of them too, because some of them are a little expensive, but a lot of them are like really new, so I get it. You know, this Goodwill knew how to price their shit so they get some coin, you know what I mean? Book haul time. Actually, thumbnail time first and then book haul time, okay? Hold on a sec. Alright, cool. Honestly, one of my favorites that I got, and it is Oh Florida, How America's Weirdest State Influences the Rest of the Country. I mean, look at it. I feel like this is one of those early 2000s books. I didn't even check. Oh, 2016. Does this not look like an early 2000s type of vibe book? I can see it, but okay, 2016. So that's good actually, because like at least it's a little bit more relevant, I guess, than like if it was an early 2000s book. And everyone knows that Florida's like batshit crazy, and I would love to be talking about Florida being batshit crazy and then actually being able to maybe pull out like a statistic or something, or like something that like a really smart person said and being like, well, actually, according to sociologists, blah, 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 Florida is this way because... This one was $2.75. So like I said, this Goodwill knew how to like price their shit. Most of the places I've been to, like Goodwills, most of the Goodwills I've been to, if not all of them, have been like paperbacks are $2 or $1 and like hardbacks are $2 or something. And I didn't see that sign as I was looking for the books. And honestly, if I had seen something that like let me know that the prices were in there, I probably wouldn't have gotten all the books that I did. But I'm glad I got the books that I did, but it would have made me like think more like, oh, do I want to spend this much on this? But then the guy at the checkout like started opening them and he was like saying out loud like, this one's $2.75. I was like, this is definitely gonna be more expensive than I thought it would be, but I want all these books and it's gonna be a lot cheaper than it would be to buy from a bookstore or fucking Amazon. But we don't buy books from Amazon anymore. And that brings me into today's fake sponsor of the video, and that is the Fine Print bookstore at bookshop.org. Fine Print is a bookstore that I work for in Lakeside. If you ever need books from them, go to the link down below, the Bookshop link. Bookshop is also just a really great website that a lot of independent and local bookstores use to be able to have online sales essentially. Bookshop actually gives stores, they get 30% of the sales, which on average for bookstores, you get about 40% per sale per book you sell. So that's really good. And you're not supporting Amazon, you're supporting a local bookstore. You guys literally don't care. Let's get back to the book haul. This has been on my list all summer and I thought about buying it all summer at the bookstore, but then I was like, I'm trying to buy less fiction books because I finish fiction books so fast that I'm like, I might as well just check them out from the library strictly, because there's no point in spending $20 on a book that I literally am gonna read in a day and a half. But then I saw this one, so I was like, oh my god, I want it. I didn't know that it was $6.50, but nonetheless, it's cheaper than it would have been. And that is Summer of '69 by Eileen Hilderbrand. I'll just read you like the synopsis real quick, just because it actually does sound really interesting. Welcome to the most tumultuous summer of the 20th century. It's 1969, and for the Levin family, the times are a-changing. Every year, the children have looked forward to spending the summer at their grandma's historic home in downtown Nantucket. But like so much else in America, this year nothing is the same. That sounds really familiar, huh? Yeah, so that sounds pretty good, right? The next book. This book was a really big seller this summer at the bookstore. This is more of a middle school read. It's called Refugee. It's about 3 different kids during 3 different time periods. Yosef, who's a Jewish boy living during Nazi Germany. Isabel, a Cuban girl in 1994, and there's like a bunch of rioting. And Muhammad, who was in Syria in 2015. They're all 3 like refugees in different situations, and it just is like detailing their journey as refugees, and it's a really great book. I am enjoying it so much so far. I think this author does a really great job of just telling the story. There is no politics in it, which I think you would definitely find more so in like a YA or like more adult novel about this kind of topic, but this isn't about the politics of it. It is just about the refugees and like their stories, which I really, really love because it's so easy for everyone to get caught up in that bullshit with politics and just forget about the human beings behind or in front of like what's happening. So I really think this is a great book for anyone. I don't think it's just a kid's book. This one was $2.50. So surprised because I think this one's a new release too. At least this is the first summer I've seen it in the bookstore. Oh no, 2017. My ass just thinks everything's a new release. The next book I got that's also like a kid's book, but so popular. This one was actually one that we could like genuinely not keep on the shelves at the bookstore this summer. And that is the one and only Ivan. The one and only Ivan. So they actually just recently made this a movie on Disney Plus. I'm thinking about watching it, but the book honestly made me like really sad the whole time. I want to cry. So I don't know if I would do watching the movie. This is just such an adorable book. It follows, I actually read this on the way home. Sorry, should have prefaced with that. Basically, this is about a gorilla named Ivan who works in like a mall. As they described it. They described it as like a mall, but I don't know if it's like a shopping mall. He's lived in this mall for 27 years, and this new little elephant comes along, and she's all like, where am I? What the fuck? Where? Like, I was literally stolen out of my home in Africa. Why am I here? So Ivan like makes it his mission to help get her out of the mall. It's really sweet. It's so heartbreaking though. I like wanted to cry the whole time. Ivan is based on a real gorilla named Ivan, I think. And I didn't realize that Catherine Applegate wrote it, and she is the wife of my favorite author, Michael Grant, who wrote the Gone series. So we love that. I fucking love Michael Grant. This book was $2.50, and usually, whoa, this is an expensive kids book. This is usually $17 for the hardback. Get that coin, I guess. The next book I got is Puddin'. This is the follow-up to, the companion to Dumplin', which is that movie on Netflix now. Is it on Netflix? I don't really know what this is actually about. It just says, when circumstances bring these girls together, blah, blah, blah. The YA formula. This was $4.50. When did this one come out? I didn't even know about this one. Oh, this one came out 2018. Usually this book is $18. Not too shabby. The next book I got is, give me one second. This book is by Kwame Alexander. I really don't know what it is about. It's all written in like poetry form, which I actually did not realize until after I got home with it. This one was $2.75, and usually it's $19 for this. So I actually really couldn't tell if this was a YA or if this was a middle grade read. So I'm curious to find out. The next book I got was, it looks like this. This is an LGBT romance YA book, and that is the only reason I picked it. Is that bad? No, that's not bad. I don't read enough of them. It's just about these, it's about these two guys who live in the suburbs and they like each other. And obviously that's a problem because for some reason we get ourselves involved in other people's like sexualities and love lives. I don't know. Okay, next. Okay, the next book I bought, this is really crazy because this book was actually at one of the bookstores I went to when I was in Flagstaff. I didn't get it, but then I saw it at the Goodwill and I was like, no freaking way, bro. No way. So I got it, of course. Yeah. Did you see that little piece of dust? And that is The Gene by Siddhartha. I'm so sorry, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the last name because I don't wanna butcher it. This is a book about genetics. This book is usually $20 and I got it for wait, this was only $2.50? Bro, they could have priced that higher. When we were in Tempe, they have like an Amazon like store in the mall, and I was like, I've never seen anything like this. So we just went in, swear to God I didn't buy anything. Call me out, cancel me, that's fine. Cancel me, and then maybe I'll get more subscribers. Anyway, I saw this on like the book table there, and I just like took a picture of the table because I was like, oh my God, like good to know. I need to remember all these books. Is that bad? I take pictures of books, like shelves in bookstores, just because I literally want to write down every single book that I want, and that's pretty much everything on the shelf. So I just take pictures. I don't think that's fine, right? I wouldn't get mad if anyone did that at like the fine print. Anyway, long story short, this book was on the table and I was like, I want it, but I'm not gonna buy it right now. Maybe eventually. But then I saw it at the freaking Goodwill, so I was like, I'm gonna get it. And that is Wow No Thank You by Samantha Irby. This is just like essays about like this woman's life. I just love the freaking cover and the name. Look at that bunny. Look at him. Look at him. This one might have actually just come out. I haven't actually had a book yet that's come out 2020, and I'm like, every book I got came out in 2020. Yes, it did. It did come out 2020. This one was $4.50, and it's usually $15.95, which honestly, that's great considering it just came out. This is actually the second book I got on this trip that's an essay book, and I'm not someone that's ever actually finished a whole essay book. The only essay book I've read half of, because I was at the bookstore, is that one with the girl with the yellow coat. I'll put the picture of it on the screen, but I really liked it. So I'm like, let's try out this whole essay thing. I'm a new woman. I went out west and I'm a new freaking woman. This is an essay book too. Okay, so I got 3 essay books. And this one is Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs by Chuck Klosterman. A low culture manifesto, now with a new middle. Don't really know what it's about. It was $2 and it's usually $15, and let's see when it came out. I didn't actually think this one came out in 2020. I thought this one was like a 2016 vibe. Oh, it's 2004? Okay, pop off, let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, I'm covering up, someone wrote their phone number on this book. Educated. This has been on my list for quite a long time. Haven't read it yet. It's about a girl who lives in Appalachia and she goes and gets herself an education against her parents' like wishes. It's just her memoir, and I've heard freaking amazing things about it. This one was $4.50. Usually it's $28 for the hardback. I don't think they've released a paperback copy of this book yet. I got 11 books and I spent $40 on just the books, and then I got a shirt and a dress, and that added $10. But more than I would have normally spent at a Goodwill, just because of the way that they price their shit there. But they're all like really good books, and like a lot of them are on my TBR list. That's it. That's my book stuff right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Missing someone. Someone